Welcome to r/Entitled Parents, the only game show on YouTube where you, the audience, decide who is the real entitled parent. Is it the aunt who tries to steal the Nintendo Switch? Is it the mother who expects healthy food from McDonald's? Or is it the mother who expects her son to receive gold on Reddit for free? All of these coming up and more right here on r/Entitled Parents. Cue intro music. Right, so this happened about 5 years ago when I was working as a newly qualified social worker. I know, lynch mob me, I don't anymore, it was a nightmare. It has been a rough morning and long story short, I had spit and vomit on me. As pretty standard practice, I kept a spare set of court clothes in my car, so I had something to change into. But I felt pretty disgusting and wanted a shower. So I took an early lunch and went to my gym nearby the office to shower and change. I showered, came out and put my hair up into a towel turban and walked to go back to the lockers. Changing area was empty except for one kid, a boy about 8 or 9. A bit weird for him to be alone, but I assumed his mom must have been in the only occupied stall, so I didn't think too much of it. I smiled to acknowledge him and got to my locker to grab my things to change into. At this point, the boy, EK, looked at me, pointed out my towel turban and said, "What's that?" "Oh, it's a towel turban. Pretty neat, huh? It stays up better than a regular towel." "Cool," and started to reach for my head. "Excuse me, what are you doing?" "I just want to see it." No, I'm using it, sorry." At this point in my life, I'm pretty used to kids being a bit inappropriate, and it's my job to make sure they understand. But I wasn't expecting here. He looked a bit ticked off, but went back to his mom's phone? I got dressed quickly and get my things to go over to the mirror and take the turban off to hair dryer my hair. I'm flipping my hair around to get it dry, and I notice that the kid comes up to the mirror, then leaves again. I think nothing of it and finish drying my hair, turn the hair dryer off, reach for my turban, and it isn't there. I know what he's done, and I whip around and look at him, and he's turning a shade of red but staring fixedly on his phone so as to ignore me. I'm trying to remain calm, but goodness, I've been spat at, vomited on, and now someone has stolen my towel turban. I walk back over and do my best. I've had enough of this beep voice and say, "Please return the turban, now." He keeps ignoring me, so I repeat, "Please return the turban, now." He's got a huge shade of red, refuses to look at me, and mumbles something like, "I didn't take it. I've had it at this point, so go over to the only occupied stall and knock on the door." "Excuse me, is this your son out here?" EM opens the door and looks at me thoroughly annoyed. "What? Is this your son? He has taken my towel turban, and I've asked for it back, but he is not returning it. Please ask him to hand it back so I'll not inform the gym staff." "What the beep is a towel turban?" I start to explain, but EK says, "It's a hair towel that stays up better than a normal towel." We both look at him, and EM says, "Okay, so what do you want?" "I want my towel turban back, please." "Well, he wouldn't just take something. You obviously just lost it. You shouldn't go around accusing people because you lost things." "Well, he will have no problem then emptying his bag. If he has it, he can just hand it back, and if I'm mistaken, I will apologize." EM looks at EK, and it's obvious to anyone that he's lying, but she just says, "Don't be beeping stupid. I'm not letting you rummage through his things like he's some kind of thief. Look at you, you were harassing a little boy in a changing room." I inhale to try and stop my eyes doing a 360-degree roll and say, "I'm not asking to touch anything, I'm asking for you to go through his bag for my turban. That is all. If you are not willing, I will go to the staff and ask them to sort this out. I know, it's just a freaking towel turban, but theft is theft, and it's pink and cute, so I'm not letting anyone have it." "So you're threatening me now?" I know a circular argument when I hear one, so I go to the door, lean out, and call for someone to come and sort it out. Enter gym trainer dude. "What's going on?" He looks between the three of us, and the kid has gone back to staring a hole through the phone, and EM positions herself between GTD and EK. "This crazy beep is harassing my son and trying to go through his bag. She needs throwing out. That isn't what happened. Her son has taken my towel turban and I would like it returned." I just keep looking at this kid, and GTD says, "Okay, so what happened, mate? Did you just take the towel?" EK mumbles something about how I must have lost it, and EM jumps in and says, "See? He didn't take it. He's so traumatized he could barely say anything." She then bends down to him and hugs him, saying, "It'll be all right," and "She won't let me get away with this," very dramatically. I look at GTD and explain the whole event, and he says, "Okay, so why don't we check his bag?" EK starts dramatically wailing, and EM starts ranting about how this is harassment. GTD looks uncomfortable and says, "That's literally the only way I can solve this." EM then stands up and tries to push past me, but I'm not moving and the room is small, so she fails. She starts swearing and thrusts the kid's backpack at GTD, saying, "Fine, check it. He hasn't taken it, and when you don't find it, I want her thrown out. You to apologize and get the manager." EK wails. GTD obviously finds the pink wet turban towel in the bag. He picks it up and kinda just looks at it. EK wails even more and tries to grab it, but GTD holds it out of his reach. "Right, so this is yours." Me, "Yes, thank you." I stuff the coveted turban towel into my bag, get my car keys and ID lanyard. As I pull the lanyard over my head, something audibly clicked in EM's head. That's a social worker ID. She yanked EK's arm, snatches the bag from GTD, and I move to let her pass. GTD looks super confused, and I explain that she must have just been embarrassed that her son stole my turban. But I knew that she was panicking because she realized what my job was, and that her son was out of school stealing pink, wet turban towels. Well, entitled mother, all I got to say is you got off pretty stinking lucky. This lady was not only very patient with you, but see, she was a social worker, and it doesn't sound like she got any kind of revenge. Believe me, if I had been in your place, I would have been contacting the school, I would have been contacting CPS, I would have been saying, "Yeah, we got a mother over here who's not putting her son in school where he belongs, having him go around, raising him to be the next thief, the next big gangster, the next thug on the streets everywhere." Yeah, you would have had so much trouble your head would have been spinning, you would have never made that mistake again. Still, hands off to the social worker here. She did a great job handling this well, was professional, was nice about it. GTD did a good job. But yeah, if I've seen it once, I've seen it a million times. EK and EM are probably not gonna learn their lesson from this. Now this is one of the more interesting stories I've posted, as I've never met the EP in person. But who cares, let's go. One day I was browsing through Reddit, the usual stuff, commenting, posting, etc. Eventually I found a fairly interesting comment. I'm not gonna mention what it was for obvious reasons. Intrigued, I deigned to upvote, but posted a reply demonstrating my interest. This is the start of the nightmare. A couple of minutes later, I receive a message from the person who posted the comment. "Hi, saw you liked my comment. It's good, right?" I replied, "Yeah, pretty interesting. So you mind if you give me gold?" Firstly, I was shocked that people actually just asked for gold like that. Secondly, I can't. I have no Reddit coins. So I replied, "Sorry, I can't." Life goes on like normal for another 5 minutes. Then I kid you not, this happens. "Hi, I'm username's parent. I saw you replied to a comment he made." Yeah. "So why don't you give it gold? It's his birthday today and it will make him feel happy." I refuse though, citing a reason this time. "I have no Reddit coins, I can't give your son gold." "So buy some." I kid you not. "So you're asking me to waste money on your son?" "No, it won't be wasting money, just make his day." "No." "You selfish beep, you make my child cry." I didn't want to stay much longer. I deleted the messages. Every time he sent me one, I would proceed to delete it. And that's the end. Until another account popped up and asked me to give the other guy gold. I surmised it was the parents. I deleted her messages too. EP, if you're reading this, now you know why I don't respond to you. Thank you, Reddit, for including the delete function. And that's my EP story. Man, that EP was insane. Basically, give my son money. But whatever, at least I got to post it on the story on r/EntitledParents. Okay, so apparently entitled parents are starting to move up in the world. Now we've got a digital entitled parent up in here. We got a virtual entitled parent. In all honesty, I feel like this parent might be one of those people who doesn't know how technology works and thinks that Reddit coins are cheap or whatever, or that you don't actually have to spend real money on them. It's kind of like that parent who says, "Jimmy, can you pause your game? Mom, it's a multiplayer game, you can't pause it. Well, of course you can. It's just like the TV, you can pause a movie. No, Mom, it's like a cable show, okay? It's like that, you can't pause it. Get in here and eat your dinner, Jimmy. Either way, this parent needs to spend less time on the internet. She should just try like maybe knitting him like a Reddit gold badge, and then, you know, she can sew it onto his Cub Scout uniform or something, I don't know. This was recent, but I can't remember everything, so sorry if I get a bit confused. EA equals entitled aunt, EC equals entitled cousin, D equals dad, U equals uncle, SC equals step cousin, and finally me. Also a few family members who were just witnesses. So a few weeks ago, it was my cousin's 7th birthday, so me and most of my dad's side of the family decided to gather at my uncle's house for a party, seeing as they are moderately wealthier than most other people in my family. Now, I didn't know about this party because I thought I was just going to my dad's house for the weekend and was only told about it the day before we left. This is important because if I knew we were going, I wouldn't have taken my Switch with me. My cousin most likely has ADHD, but my aunt refuses to go get him diagnosed. I'm sure you can already see what's going to happen. The party is going well, we've all eaten, presents have been open, all's well. Everyone leaves the table and just talks to each other. I am good friends with my step-cousin, even though she is in her 20s, mainly due to her having a huge collection of games and collectibles such as figurines and cards and posters. Because of her brother, my cousin, she also has a lock on her bedroom door. So everyone has left the table and I'm walking over to a comfy armchair to play on my Switch when my step-cousin comes over and says, "Hey, what's in the case?" Me, my Switch, I was just gonna play for a while. She doesn't look horrified, just concerned. "You sure you don't want to come upstairs to play with that?" "No, it's fine, I'm good down here." "Your choice, but knock if you want to come in." She always locks her door. Good luck. I had no idea what she meant until only a few minutes later the demon waddled over to me. "Cool, you've got a Switch too, what games you got?" "Oh, a few like Mario Kart, what about you?" I had hid the game I was playing because it was Dark Souls and I didn't want to get in trouble for him seeing giant rats murdering me. "EC, I have every game." "Good for you," I said laughing. "Let me watch you play." "Actually, I'm playing a violent game right now I don't think your parents would want you to see." He looks confused but then ran off and I thought that was it. I resumed playing on my Switch when I realized I had died. About a minute later, I'm playing peacefully and suddenly the Switch is no longer in my hands. I kilt out of the chair and see my aunt staring at me angrily with it clutched in her hand. What are you doing? Give that back, it's mine." "I don't care. Why didn't you let my son play?" "Because it's a violent game and I didn't know if he was allowed to watch." Nobody had noticed the argument at this point, but she at last looked at the screen and saw the gaping dragon boss, which I had just started fighting. "How dare you show my son such horrible things!" She then took out the game and dropped the Switch. "What the beep are you doing?" I picked up my Switch and demanded back the game. "I'm throwing away this horrible thing, now sit back down and let him play a more suitable game." As she is leaving, I slam the Switch into my case, close it, then walk behind her and grab the game from her entitled fingers, and I ran to the stairs. I had heard her screaming behind me, but I climbed up the stairs as fast as I could, holding the case and the game in each hand, and got to my step-cousin's door. She must have heard the yelling and me running up the stairs because I didn't even have to knock and she opened the door. I could hear my cousin crying downstairs, but my aunt wasn't screaming. Apparently she was telling everyone how I was trying to indoctrinate her son into a demonic cult. I spent the rest of the party on my Switch, and whilst SC laughed about what I told her and how she warned me. Anyway, in the end, I told my dad what happened, and he and my uncle already knew she was like that and weren't angry at me, luckily. My uncle even apologized that my aunt won't want us there for a while, but I still talk to SC regularly and play online with her. But at the end of the day, all that matters is that I eventually killed that boss in Dark Souls. I love how the entitled aunt does a 180 on her logic here. First it's, "I don't care, why didn't you let my son play?" And then it's, "How dare you show my son such horrible things?" Okay, she either let him play or she didn't. Okay, you can't have both. Like, you need to make up your mind what you're gonna be mad about, okay? Also, I love that her uncle said that she probably wouldn't want them there for a while. "Oh no, entitled parent, you don't want me around your house and your spoiled little kid anymore? Oh no, please, anything but that." Okay, so I was at McDonald's for a nice breakfast at a service station, and I was just getting to the front of the line when entitled parents show up. By the way, it was quite obvious they were going on a weekend break, probably to London because it was at Watford Gap, and their car was packed as beep. Also, my dad was fueling the car, so I was there on my own. Me equals massive eagle, EM equals entitled mom, ED equals obviously embarrassed dad, EK equals entitled kitty winkles, AE equals annoyed employee. Hi, can I get a McMa in butts EM? Oh, sorry, I think we need to go in front of you. We are really hungry. No, I was kinda here, so can you wait? EM said something on the lines of, but our kids are really hungry. Entitled dad said, just leave him be. Rude. I order my food and I'm just about to leave for the car, but I hear EM getting really agitated, so I decided to stay. Why do you serve no healthy food? I don't want my kids fat. We're a fast food restaurant. You will serve us, healthy food McDonald's doesn't serve. I can't remember what. And you will do it now. Entitled dad says, honey, calm down. We don't have, quit your beep. You will serve us. Come on, we'll go somewhere. Shut up. At this point, my dad came up to tell me he's finished filling up the car, so that's the end. Dang, OP, I wish you'd stayed around a little while longer. I want to see how this played out. My goodness, that lady going in there and demanding she get ahead in line, saying you were the rude one for not letting her go, telling her husband to shut up, just, probably embarrassing her kids half to death, who probably just want, their chicken nuggets anyway. My gracious fool, just, go somewhere else where they have their entitled avocado whatever. Get it from there. Don't be walking into a place where the spokesperson is some weird clown from the 70s that expected them to have healthy food, okay? That's not how life works. That's just not how it works. Alright guys, well that was r/entitled parents. What did you all think? Out of these 3 or 4 people, who did you think was the most entitled? Please be sure and let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please do consider leaving a like on. I would appreciate it. Would really help me, promote the video within the YouTube algorithm, the glorious algorithm, which needs to get, the views spiked up and stuff on the channel, all that good jazz. Absolutely like the smash button, all that good stuff. If you feel like subscribing, you probably should second guess that because, really, why would you want to subscribe to this? But yeah, thank you all once again for watching. I do appreciate it. Until next time, this has been r/entitled parents. I'm your host, Cascarte Utica. Please let me know what you want to see next. And until next time, I will see you all at the top. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight.